Welcome back to Because. This is Pat Casler. I'm Director of Communications for the Schaumburg Park District. And we're out here today at the Schaumburg Regional Airport with Sean Klein. And Sean, you're with the Northwest Flyers. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
I am the Assistant Chief Pilot here at Northwest Flyers. I'm also a flight instructor and kind of help oversee the flight school that we have here at Schaumburg Airport. Pretty much help out with daily operations, and then I'm also a pretty much full-time charter pilot, so I keep busy flying some of the aircraft in our charter fleet. So.
And you have a flight school here?
Yes, we do. We have a full-service flight school. We offer flight training everywhere from beginners on up to advanced pilots, so we do that as well.
And one of the reasons we're out here today is look at one of the new amenities that you're offering to the people in the flight school, and that would be?
That is our new Precision Flight Controls flight simulator. It's another tool for our flight school that just gives us another option for our students to use. So.
Well, terrific. And we brought with us today Tony LaFrenere, who's the Executive Director of the Park District, and he's going to give the simulator a try. And we are here with the gentleman who actually owns and operates the flight simulator for the Northwest Flyers. And your name, please?
CP Joyce.
And how did you get interested in flight simulation?
I've been a flight simulation enthusiast for over 20 years now. I got into simulation way back in '86, and since then I've been very passionate about building simulators and using it for my own hobby, basically. But I'm an ex-student of this flight school as well, and ever since I became a student here 2 or 3 years ago, I've been very passionately speaking about having a simulator out here for our students who come to Northwest Flyers. And there isn't one here, so we thought we'll put one together. And I've spent my time in the last year and a half trying to talk to Sean about it and seeing if it's worthwhile doing it. And now in the past 3 months, trying to put it together and set it up, deciding on which one to buy. And of course, in the last 4 weeks, the whole setup of the simulator itself.
How does a simulator benefit students?
I think for my own personal self, I would say that simulators help improve proficiency for aspiring students, drop the cost down for flight training for aspiring students, which is one of the biggest expenses around for a student to go through. And lastly, I think it helps improve safety overall for people to come back to practicing their flying on a simulator, so it keeps them safe in the skies. There are many things that you can get proficient with while on a simulator, and I've thoroughly believed in it. I'm a member of the EAA and the AOPA, and I've always spoken passionately about how simulators can help actually improve proficiency for aspiring pilots. And as many students who come in and the costs of pilot study going up, I think it's a worthwhile investment to make for a flight school. And I think it's a wonderful amenity to have for any flight school.
Well, that sounds terrific. And we have here today our #1 flying ace, Tony. Tony, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Wrong shoulder. Hello.
And can you take Tony, take him through his paces on the simulator and keep him from crashing, okay?
Oh, very good. I'm absolutely delighted to do that, and we'll keep him safe, but we'll give him a test ride on the simulator.
And away we go.
The engines are started, you're ready to taxi. The throttle controls are exactly akin to what you see in a real plane, and that's your main throttle.
Okay.
That's a mixture control for the airplane, and so the rudder pedals are active, so you may want to use those as well. With your heels, you get to navigate the airplane, the nose, basically, and with your toes, you get to operate the brakes. You're ready to taxi.
I'm ready if you think I'm ready.
That's ready. That red button on the left side, you've got to push it in to release your brakes.
This one?
Yes. And now you're ready to increase your throttle and with your feet.
Now you said the feet is...
You're going to steer with your feet.
Steer with your feet.
Okay.
And press the toe brakes.
Oh, that is sensitive.
And press the toe brakes. So you're going to make a complete 180. You make a U-turn with your feet.
I'm going to try out the grass a little first, apparently.
That's okay. You need it to be mowed.
Think of the throttle as your gas pedal.
Right.
Okay.
I wanna
So the
slow
more you
down a
push
little
it forward,
bit.
the more gas. And then the rudder pedals are like your steering wheel on the ground. So
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to get used to.
it takes a little bit of getting used to. So
Now,
so
so
at a-
literally when I press this left one, that'll take me to the
That's
left?
going to push the nose left, and push the right one is going to push the nose right. The
Okay.
top, it has a, you're able to push on the top, and those are your brakes. Now you're on the runway, so basically what's going to happen is you can put both feet up to the top of those pedals and push them both together, and that's going to stop the airplane.
Ah.
So the brakes are operated independently.
Okay.
So basically what we're going to do is we're going to run the power up, and you would check your engine gauges just to make sure everything's coming up normally, this is the RPM, that's
Right.
how fast the engine's spinning. Then you have oil pressure here, oil temp, fuel pressure. So basically we're just going to kind of run it up a little bit to make sure everything's normal, and then you can release those brakes.
Okay.
And you're going to use your feet to steer the airplane down the center line of the runway.
Good luck.
Yep, exactly. When we get to about 65 knots on that airspeed indicator over there, you're going to start applying some back pressure into the
This way?
yoke,
Okay.
and that's going to get you off the ground.
Okay.
And then you're looking to just kind of put the cowling of the airplane, just position it over the horizon, and that'll give you a pretty good pitch for your climb.
And when you say position, how would I do that? Same with my feet?
Just with pulling back on that
With this?
yoke, it's going to
Okay.
raise the nose up,
Okay.
and then you're just going to try to keep it over the horizon. And I'll help you out as you go along.
So it's on takeoff, it's a kind of a gradual pullback?
Yeah, you're not going to yank it back. You're just going to gradually pitch the nose up for a climb. So,
Okay. So flaps and all this other stuff, don't worry about that?
Nope, you
It's
don't
all
have to
set.
worry about any of that just right yet. So,
Okay.
so go ahead and release the brakes.
Okay.
And then you're going to slowly advance this throttle all the way forward. The airplane's going to have a natural tendency to go to the left as you do that, so you're going to have to add a little bit of right rudder to keep the airplane on the center line.
Keep going.
Yep. Keep going all the way forward. All the way forward. There you go. You just want to do the best you can to keep it on the middle, that middle line of lights. Start bringing the yoke back a little bit. We're past 65, so keep bringing that yoke back. There you go. You're airborne. So don't keep pulling back. You just want to.
Okay. Easy.
There you go. And now roll it to the right a little bit to
This
level
one?
your wings. There you go. You want to kind of keep it so you can see horizon on both sides.
Got it.
And then just pitch that nose up a little bit more.
A little bit.
Like we said, you want to kind of put that nose on the horizon. Roll the wings back level to the right. There you go.
Nose down still a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, that's actually good, right about there. So you can start pitching the nose back forward. And when you do that, there you go. You want to make it so you can see quite a bit of the horizon out there in front of you.
Is that good, or a little lower
A
still?
little bit lower if you want. And what's going to help is we're going to bring this power back, okay?
Okay.
So I want you to bring this power back until we get just under that 25. Now you're up in cruise flight. The yoke is going to control, when you turn it left and right, that's the roll of the airplane.
Uh-huh.
When you pull it back and forth, that's the pitch of the airplane. So when you pull back, you're going to pitch up.
Right.
When you push forward, that's going to push the nose down. Now those rudder pedals don't just end on the ground though. They're still important in flight.
Okay.
The rudder pedals are used to control the yaw of the airplane. So the nose left and right tendency, not just the roll tendency.
Okay.
So go ahead and push those rudder pedals a little bit back and forth and you'll see what happens. It's going to swing that nose left and right. Give it a little bit more kick than that. It does force the airplane to kind of roll at the
Right.
same time, but it's actually controlling a yawing motion of the nose. It's kind of like the rudder on a boat.
Huh.
So the small hand tells us in thousands of feet how high we are.
Okay.
The skinnier hand tells us in hundreds of feet. So we read that one at a time, kind of like a clock. And yeah, you're kind of coming back around and you want to line up with those lights off there to your left.
Okay.
Okay, good. They're coming in front of us. Looking good. Now we're going to put out some flaps. There it is. See how it's red over white now? To the left of the runway.
Red over
Means you're
white.
on the
Oh,
approach
okay.
path.
Oops.
Looks like we might have hit a bird there. So
So-
keep flying the airplane. You're doing a great job trying to line up with the center line to the right
Oh,
there.
still that center
yeah,
line. All right.
that's to the left of the runway. There you go. Now keep the nose up. Keep the nose up. Keep the wings level.
Oh, boy.
Hey, it's not bad. We're almost down. There we go. Nice job.
it was-
And you survived a bird strike. So
I think probably the biggest challenge was I didn't realize how much the feet were involved in the whole aspect of flying and you know, getting used to that sensitivity of the feet and trying to steer with the feet at first definitely was a interesting task that I didn't anticipate. I thought it would be more with the yoke. I can't imagine trying to undertake this as a student without this type of simulator, because it really can help you, those repetitions.
And if someone wants to learn how to fly, Northwest Flyers can be reached at?
You can call our main office line at 1-847-985-9778. You can shoot us an email at flightschool@northwestflyers.com, and you can also check out our webpage at northwestflyers.com.
So it may be time for you to hit the friendly skies right here at the Schaumburg Regional Airport. And Dr. and Shauna and Tony, thanks for being on this segment of Because.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for having
you.
us.
Appreciate it,
Appreciate
Sean.
it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Really
Thanks for
appreciate it.
coming
Yep.
on.
Nice.